What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We are going to take a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum on the channel that you subscribe to get daily updates every single day. So make sure you subscribe and tick that bell. We're going to take a look at the charts. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, I want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market. This is also not trading advice, nor is it investment advice. There's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. All right, we're going to take a look at the news headlines real quick just to get a feel for the sentiment. Bitcoin price falls to 9.6K amid bloody Sunday for XRP and Ethereum. Bitcoin, latest news, Bitcoin is known as the first open source peer-to-peer blow to Bitcoin as significant U.S. crypto crackdown. 9,000 Bitcoin breakdown might be the real deal. So anyways, seems kind of bearish. Obviously, we're going to get that while we're dipping. Looking at the fear and greed index, we have dropped 10 points from yesterday. We are now in the neutral zone at 49. Yesterday, we were at 59 in the greed. We're going to look at the Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance longs versus shorts total. Longs are 64.74%, shorts are 35.26%. There are more shorts than longs on Binance, but BitMEX and Bitfinex have more longs than shorts. So anyways, looking at the monthly, if you guys are interested, I'll leave a Bybit tutorial up top if you're interested in trading. Also, I have a Bybit and a Prime XBT link down below. Both of them have bonuses for signing up. Check them out. Prime XBT has 2 promo codes down there. Make sure you check them out also. And yeah, just be careful. Don't do high leverage and don't get crazy. So anyways, looking at the monthly, as you guys know, we broke out of this falling channel. Last month, we had a target of 9,200. If we closed above that, we were bullish, which we did. Now we are going to see if that holds as support. Looking at the weekly, as you guys know, I'm going to go through this. I haven't went through the whole thing in a little while, so this is what I'm going to do. If we take from the swing high, our all-time high back here, to our swing low at the 3,100, as you can see, our run-up last year went right to the golden pocket zone, the 0.65 and 0.68 right there. And if we do this again from the swing high of last year to the swing low of this year, we would be looking at around that 11.2, somewhere in that range, 11.2 to 11.3 range to hit the golden pocket zone. So keep that in mind, guys. If we do get up there, I am looking for a rejection. Also, I want to remind you guys there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. We also have a members group, and in the members group right now, I have been doing a $100 challenge to see how quick I could build a $100 account. I started it Saturday. I have it up to, I think it's a little over 1,200 bucks this morning. Not bad for a couple days, 12x. But anyways, if you guys want to check that out, make sure you join the members group. And anyways, looking at this top trend line here, I do believe we'll get rejected if we get up to it. As you can see right now, we're going to talk about how far we might go. We could come back down all the way to the 94.30 range to retest the top of this trend line here, which is just a clone off of this bottom. But if we look at the RSI, guys, it looks like we are correcting a little bit, obviously. But if you keep track to this on the RSI also, we'll most likely get a rejection up here and come back down. And if you look at where I have this coming down to, possibly a 7,700 to the 80 or the $8,000 range, and that would be around April, the middle of April, so right before the halving. It makes sense. We'll see what happens. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to get the daily updates every single day, guys. And also make sure you hit the like button. Really helps the channel out. And leave your comments down below. Anyways, so right now we are getting supported at the 0.236 Fibonacci. And that is looking at this whole move here, the swing low to the swing high. Right now we have hit the 0.236 and got a bounce off of that at the right around the 95.50 range. Keep that in mind. That is where we're at now. We could get a nice bounce here, but let's look at the RSI. As you can see, this RSI, we were watching this rising channel in blue here. And if we fell out, we knew that was going to be bearish, which we did. And if you also look at this bigger falling channel here, it looks like we could be coming down to test the top of that. That could be as low as this 92.80 range, guys. And that would be, show you, that would be this whole Fibonacci retracement here. That would get us to the 0.382 Fibonacci, and I would expect at least a bounce there and before a continuation down. So keep that in mind. That would also line up with the top of this falling channel here right there at the 92.80. So keep that in mind, guys. We could go all the way down there before a bounce, but after that bounce, I think we most likely have further to go after that. Take a look at the 4-hour chart. As you can see in the 4-hour, we have falling out of this range we had been watching down here. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. Right here, we may come up, test the top before continuing down, but it does look like we have further down to go, guys. And what we had been looking at here is this rising wedge. We had a measured move measuring from this low point to the high point of the wedge. And we bring it over to where we broke down. That also gets us to that 92.89 range. Keep that in mind most definitely. It does look like we are getting a bounce here. We could bounce up to as high. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. We could bounce up as high as coming to retest this. If you can see this red falling broadening wedge, we could come up all the way to test the top of that, which would be around the 10,150 range. So keep that in mind for the bounce up, but I do think we'll get rejection there and continue back down if we continue our bounce from here. So like I said, definitely keep that in mind. We will keep a very close eye on that. And also what I wanted to point out, these are the lower lows that I'm looking for possibly coming down to after bounce up. Could come down to the $9,000 range, which is the 0.382. The 0.5 is around the 84 to 8,500, and the 0.618 is 8,000. Then of course we have that 7,300, which would be, if this move is totally finished, this will be wave 1. Wave 2 could possibly go as low as the 0.786 at 7,300. So keep that in mind, guys. I know it sounds scary, but we do daily updates, so make sure you stick around. Also, this is what I want to look at. If we can't pass that 10.5 to get up to test the top of that channel around 11.1, 11.2, this could be what we're looking at, would be an inverse head and shoulders. And again, I have the targets here. We've hit the first one at 95.50. Coming back down to test this top trend line right here. And these trend lines, guys, coming down are just copies of this one down here, and I put it up to each wick up top, and as you can see, we got support and resistance through all of them up here. But coming back down to test this one would get us at the top of this would be around the $8,900 to $9,000 range. That would be the 0.382 fib. And if we came down to the second one, would be around the 84.80, which would be the 0.5 fib, and 8,000 would be the 0.618. And then of course we have that 7,300 coming down to test this trend line here. So keep that in mind, guys. We will be watching this. We will be keeping up on it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. Let's look at Litecoin. Same thing with Litecoin, guys. We have gotten a bounce off of the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. It does look like we could still come down to test this 0.382 fib around the 65 before getting a bounce. We may get a bounce as high as 73 before continuing down to at least the $60 range. If I'm correct, this moves over and we are doing our correction here. The same thing as in Bitcoin. Looking at the correction, we could, if we took from the swing low to the swing high, put our Fibonacci retracement. The 0.382 is the 65. The 0.5 is the 60. 618 is the 54.71. So actually it'd be between 53 and 55. And then we have the 0.786, worst case scenario, in my opinion, that 46.50 range. Let me drop that down a little bit. So that is what I'm looking at. Keep that in mind, guys. It does look like we have more correction. We may get a relief rally up before then. Looking at Ethereum, same thing. We got our rejection up here. I had it at 285. Looks like we got as high as 290, but we were close if you were able to short that. And right now we are getting resistance from the 0.236. We dropped below it. Now we're getting resistance on it. As far as I can tell, if we can pop back above that, we may get our relief rally here, and then most likely continue down to at least the 224, which is the 0.382 fib. Then after that, we have the 0.5. After that, the 0.618, 0.65, which would be between 175 and 184, somewhere in that area. And then ultimately, we have 154, which would be our 0.786, which would be Ethereum's worst case. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified. Make sure you hit that all so it notifies you every time I post a video. Also, smash the likes, leave your comments down below. That also gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. On Sunday, I do a random comment pick from a random video throughout the week. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm out.